What will Brexit mean for the Union?
Why haven't we left yet?
Will we be richer or poorer?
Will problems with the Irish border stop Brexit?
On the way to Brexit, the biggest roadblock we face, the Irish border.
That's it. We've just crossed the border. Ireland to Northern Ireland. No markings, just the signs change.
Today, it's almost invisible. A century ago, the division of Ireland, partition and the building of customs posts led to years of troubles. Those ended after the Good Friday Agreement brought peace. The fear is reimposing border checks would risk new violence and be hugely complicated.
So Theresa May and the EU have promised to guarantee there'll be no border under any circumstances.
Mrs May says she wants no new customs or other checks here. They wouldn't be needed if the UK quits the EU but stays in its single market and customs union. But Mrs May says leaving those too is a red line for her. It wouldn't be delivering on Brexit.
The border is this stream here.
The Renahans have farmed here for 6 generations. Their fields stretch both sides of the border.
Between the Republic of Ireland and the UK, United Kingdom.
These are both your fields?
These are both my fields.
Ireland will have the UK's only land border with the EU, and a busy one. 30% of milk from the north goes south to be processed. 50% of lamb does too. And from the south comes 25% of beef used in the north.
The EU's proposal is that if any checks are needed, they won't happen along the line between Northern Ireland and Ireland, but between it and the UK. Northern Ireland staying under most of the EU's single market and customs rules. But for Theresa May and Northern Ireland's democratic unionists who support her in Parliament, any new border within the UK is unacceptable.
However, the UK government has not put forward any alternative legal text to the EU's version. That's the only one in the negotiations. Mrs May hopes a future trade deal built around the Chequers plan will make border checks unnecessary. But the EU wants a border guarantee now. Without one, it won't agree an exit treaty. Without that, the UK faces a no-deal Brexit.
This is the final point of our journey, the port of Warrenpoint. We're in Northern Ireland, the Republic's just over the water there, and this handles a little more than 10% of Northern Ireland's trade.
Some believe technology can erase the borders, but both the EU and the UK say it can't remove the need for checks. So the dilemma, is there any border solution acceptable to the EU, UK, unionists and other Brexiteers alike?
The EU's hope now is to tweak its plan to make it more palatable by making any checks that would have to happen here less obtrusive. The question is, could Theresa May sell that to her party and MPs in Parliament? If not, any Brexit deal may be in trouble. Damian, Grammaticas, BBC News on the Irish border.